Coming up, learning why Joslyn Art Museum will be closing its doors for the next 2 years.
And then meet a small local business who says their flotation therapy can relieve stress and better your mental health.
And for our final story, join Mark Dale as he contemplates his time at UNO before his retirement.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
Omaha's most renowned art museum will be temporarily closing their doors. Good afternoon, I'm Nicholas Perry.
And I'm Pauline Dulang. Joslyn Art Museum began construction late summer of 2021 and will be in construction until spring or summer of 2024. Reporter Maria Consbrook tells us what to expect after closure for the Joslyn.
Thanks, Pauline. Joslyn Art Museum is closing for 2 years, leaving many wondering what's next for the museum. Even upon closure, Director of Marketing Amy Rummel says there has been an increase in visitors. After 90 years of Joslyn Art Museum, the museum is finally receiving an upgrade. Museum goers will find new community spaces, additional classrooms, and enhanced amenities that support increased public programs upon reopening. The existing office spaces will be restored and modernized as well. Executive Director and CEO of the Joslyn, Jack Becker, says that this expansion and renovation has been in the works for a number of years.
We have been working on this project as far back as 2016. We moved forward with the architectural process in 2018.
Joslyn has seen major progress in their timeline and is ready for the next step for expansion. While temporarily closed, the Joslyn staff will continue their research work while exploring new possibilities for engagement with the Omaha community leading up to reopening. Director of Marketing and Public Relations for the Joslyn, Amy Rummel, says Joslyn will continue to share news and exciting bits of information on events while closed.
But we are also launching a program called Joslyn Around Town, which is an opportunity for people to engage with us at off-site locations in person.
Some of these events include Joslyn Curator Talks offered at Joslyn Castle, family art programming at the riverfront, and engagement opportunities at festivals around Omaha. So for any art lovers out there, keep an artist's eye out for opportunities to see Joslyn around town. You can visit Joslyn now until May 1st for some final moments at the museum. Back to you in studio.
As COVID-19 hit the United States economically and the recent conflict in Ukraine, inflation continues to rise in the United States. The Biden-Harris administration has extended the student loan repayment until August 31st of this year to help keep more money in U.S. citizens' pockets. According to Student Loan Hero, nearly $1.75 trillion is in total U.S. student loan debt. This will benefit all federal student loan borrowers as they will have more time to save and focus on personal expenses. Iowa State graduate Dr. Leslie Nody says the freeze can speed her personal renovations.
I feel that I'm saving for working on finishing a basement and that type of thing, so it's just helping me to honestly have more money in my pocket to be able to get this project on the road quicker.
This student loan freeze is now the 7th extension, in which the first pause took place in March of 2020. This current extension will act as a smooth transition back into repaying federal student loans once the pause is ended.
Global audiences enjoy some 48 million podcasts to date. The popularity of this medium continues to skyrocket based on the multiple genres and ease of listening. Reporter Mars Johnson says one Omaha creator hopes to break through the more than 2 million active shows and make a name among them.
Local artist Ange Bennett considers themselves someone who is full of ideas, enough to share with the people around them. They value the impact of their work in taking up space even when it's not handed to them.
It just so happens to be that I'm a non-binary person of color leading up this project.
Behind me is where Ange Bennett goes to the 3rd floor, to the Modus co-working space, to record and edit their local art podcast, Omaha Art. The differences Ange saw in art scenes outside of Omaha helped them see where Omaha fits into the world of art.
I got to see the arts culture in other cities, and being in Omaha, it's very underground.
Ange says they had an idea to diminish the secrecy of Omaha's art scene with a podcast. They couldn't keep waiting and making excuses for why they couldn't make their passion project a reality. Local artist Patty Talbert was featured on the Omaha Art podcast.
I find Ange to be a very important person to the community.
Ange and Patty met in 2020. Patty had her first show in 2009 and continued to take her art seriously. She is drawn to mysteriousness and anonymity with her artwork.
When I'm creating, something else is driving me.
For the Omaha News, I'm Marsh Johnson.
Bennett says they want to increase awareness about Omaha's art scene so much that it would come up in a random conversation about art with a stranger. After the break, find out how horseback riding is galloping through Omaha.
Coming up, feeling stressed? An Omaha business says they want to help you get better sleep, feel less pain, and even relieve anxiety.
There's a unique educational experience right here in Omaha. With access to top-rated programs, in-demand degrees, and a worldwide community of graduates, UNO prepares students for life, wherever it may lead. From Omaha to Italy to Uganda to Japan, Mavericks are working in communities around the globe. So where will a degree from UNO take you? UNO, access to exceptional, access to the world. Learn more at unomaha.edu.
Yeah, my name is Anna Bellinghausen. I'm one of the founders and the president of Women in Media Club, and I just want to be known as a person that would do anything to get a woman in the door anywhere. I want to be known as someone that paved the way for young women before me and that honored and respected the women that came before.
What I really like about this club is it's a really safe space. It's a space that allows us to do whatever, simply so we can benefit ourselves and also benefit the university that we go to.
There needed to be a door to open for these women, just something that they can easily go to, and that's the Women in Media Club.
When it comes to therapeutic practices promoting well-being, small businesses are making their name in the Omaha Metro. Reporter Nathan Sweats goes to Omaha-based Float Tank to see how they're making a business out of allowing its clients to float their stress away.
Float tanks, otherwise known as sleep deprivation tanks, serve as a practice to promote mind and muscle relaxation, which was first developed in the mid-1950s. These tanks require nearly 800 pounds of Epsom salt for the body to become buoyant, while the water is heated to eliminate differences in the body's temperature. The owner of Float Center in Omaha, Angela Wilson, says customers may come to Float for a variety of reasons.
Sometimes if people are trying to really help with like mental health issues, chronic pain issues, that kind of thing, they'll find that once a week or more often can really be what they need to keep their body in that nice relaxed state as much of the time.
Sensory deprivation tanks may be considered a form of wellness therapy. There are other forms of therapy such as massage therapy, chirotherapy, meditation, and other forms, but float tanks take it to a whole nother level by taking away your senses. Some customers, like Anna and Murthy, float from 1 to 3 times a week and report benefits from the practice.
I think a lot of people try floating as just this one-time experience and they just go on about their world. But once a week, if you can incorporate floating into your life, the energy of stress and anxiety turns into calm and tranquility.
Murthy also notes that as float tanks serve as an experience, the majority of the value comes when he walks out the door. For the Omaha News, I'm Nathan Sweats.
According to studies, floating can also help young adults improve well-being during stressful times.
Downtown Omaha is busier as weather warms up, but it's seeing new attractions get built. Business and community leaders expect to see an uptick in visitors to Omaha. That's in part to the opening of a new development called the Mercantile that overlooks Heartland of America Park. It's projected to provide an eclectic mix of business, residential areas, boutiques, and restaurants. Restaurant owner Nate Flick says he's happy to see business return to Omaha's downtown area.
Absolutely. You know, the more like housing accommodation, whether that's just like residential or hotels, as well as more businesses, just keeps the energy and the liveliness up in the old market.
The new developments and business will soon be done this summer and be ready for the crowd that it will bring.
Equestrian horseback riding is one of the oldest sports in the world. Reporter Liam Fenwick shows us how the sport is now making an impact in Omaha.
Dan Urban is a professional trainer and rider at the Quail Run Horse Center. He says he spends a significant amount of time preparing for equestrian events.
We primarily compete in what's known as the hunter-jumper discipline. It's a section of English riding, and that's what most of our facility is geared towards.
Patrice Urban is Dan's mother and the co-owner of Quail Run Horse Center. She says that taking care of horses is a family affair.
We started out with just him and I, and then we built from there and added employees to do the barn chores, and the boys grew up here.
According to the World of Show Jumping, over the past 10 years, there's been a 73% increase in horse jumping events internationally. Equestrian riding has grown support worldwide, but locally it's still viewed as a novelty. Urban says he's doing his best to get the Omaha community involved in the sport. There are several equestrian competitions taking place locally next month.
In Omaha, downtown at the CHI Health Center is a major event. It's called the International Omaha, and that's put on by the Omaha Equestrian Foundation.
Urban says that the International Omaha is an entertaining exhibition.
And we'll have high caliber show jumping events down there, and also this year we're adding the FEI vaulting, which is basically gymnastics on the back of a horse, as part of the feature events as well.
The International Omaha will take place from May 5th through the 8th. For the Omaha News, I'm Liam Fenwick.
Urban also says the International Federation for Equestrian Sports World Cup Championship will take place next year in Omaha. It's the only world championship that will take place in Omaha. When we come back, join us for sending off our very own studio production coordinator, Mark Dale.
Coming up in sports, hear how one UNO athlete is staying on the court but switching sports in her final year.
To the women who've paved the way.
To the women who paved the way.
You showed us we can be comfortable to be ourselves.
Comfortable to be ourselves.
Comfortable to be ourselves.
It doesn't always cut it just to do the same job that a man would do in that position, because we as women are judged differently.
That we can achieve anything we set our minds to.
Anything?
Anything. Anything we set our minds to.
Women are encouraged more. Women can see themselves in positions that they hadn't in the past, and there's a lot more role models.
Nebraska's finest,
strongest,
and most brilliant women.
International Women's Day means the whole world.
We honor you.
Thank 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 you.
Create your next adventure and travel the world at Omaha's award-winning Henry Dorley Zoo.
For me, it's about understanding the process of communication and what we learn through that process.
So something that you'll find within the School of Communication graduate program is that there is such a rich field of expertise.
I can think of no other discipline where we spend so much time focusing on not just one side of the conversation, but all sides of the conversation.
Not only do you get to work closely with other graduate students that come from all different walks of life, but you get to learn from graduate faculty that take those perspectives and help you grow yourself in a way that teaches you to be an academic, but also lets you be you in a really unique way.
I chose UNL very specifically, not just because I live here, I'm proud to represent here, but because I thought their program offered strengths that I didn't see in other programs.
The Omaha baseball team sits at 500 right now, heading into the thick of conference play. But this week, I spoke to Jackson Gordon about 2 non-conference wins that meant just a little bit more. 4-3 and 6-5 are 2 scores that highlight historic wins for the Omaha baseball program this season. Those are 2 additions to the win column that this program has fought for, dating back to their Division II days. Those 2 wins are to Omaha's foe, 45 Minutes West. Senior right-handed pitcher Jackson Gordon says these wins have been proof enough to the fans in this team that they are a good baseball team. Gordon is a hometown kid. The Omaha across his chest has been in the family since 1990, when his father, Jeff Gordon, wore the crimson and black.
And for me to be able to play here and then go out and play teams like that and not only play them but beat them and then get a start against those teams, I think it's really cool for me, and it's a really good experience, not just for me, but for my family.
Omaha now owns the series this season, taking 2 of 3 as they head to Lincoln on April 27th for the series finale. And another Maverick turned pro as the hockey team's starting goaltender Isaiah Seville signed a 3-year contract with the Vegas Golden Knights. Reporter Jordan McAlpine caught up with a Vegas prospect to see how he's adjusting to the pro game.
To Weatherby, left side Hayne, what a save by Isaiah Seville!
After 3 years in Omaha, Isaiah Seville has taken his game to the pro level. With 4 games and a pair of wins under his belt, Seville has found some early success.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, honestly. Definitely making the jump from college to pros a difficult one, but it's been a lot of fun, and I'm super grateful to be here, and I'm enjoying my time here so far. And it's been a great experience, and I'm looking forward to everything that's coming.
Seville now finds himself playing for Vegas AHL affiliate, the Henderson Silver Knights. To be a part of the organization that drafted him back in 2019, it's been a great fit.
Everyone here is so amazing, and I'm so thankful that I'm part of this organization. It's the best scenario you could think of, and everyone's so nice, and everyone was so welcoming from the staff to my new teammates. It's been a quick adjustment. It was definitely tough being the new guy, and it almost went back to feeling like a freshman again.
Seville says becoming a pro hockey player was a dream come true. For the Omaha News, I'm Jordan McAlpine.
Seville picked up his 2nd win on Sunday while Henderson clinched a playoff spot in the AHL's Calder Cup playoffs. Omaha women's basketball forward Mariah Murdy is swapping courts. Murdy will use her final year of eligibility recording kills instead of threes. Reporter Cody Harms has a story on Murdy's unique transition.
Omaha senior athlete Mariah Murdy has been a staple on the hardwood for the women's basketball team in her 4 years with the Mavericks. Murdy led the team in scoring a season ago and still has 1 more year of eligibility. She says she grew up loving basketball, but is using her last year on the floor for a different Maverick team.
When I was little, I originally wanted to play volleyball, and just circumstances worked out that I ended up playing basketball. And this past year, I was able to switch to the volleyball team. They had an opening. It's the same position I played in high school, and so they took me in.
Murdy says the transition to her new sport has been an adjustment, and there have been numerous challenges, but hasn't missed certain parts of basketball.
It's such a physical sport, basketball, and with the volleyball, there's no net, no contact. You've got the net in between you, so it's a little bit gentler on my body. I do appreciate that.
Murdy emphasized the student and student athlete, and the biomechanics major says that playing volleyball is allowing her to finish her degree, but she still wants to make an impact regardless of her role.
They're really family-oriented and driven. They win a lot, and they do a really good job of taking care of their business, and I just want to contribute in any way I can.
For the Omaha News, I'm Cody Harms.
Be sure to look out for Murdy this upcoming fall season. That's all we have for you this week in sports. Thank you for tuning in all semester long.
Coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Faded press to a full.
I never thought I'd be standing in the clouds looking down on the ancient ruins of the Incan Empire. I never thought I'd live among the street artists in Valparaiso. I never thought I'd make friends that would last a lifetime.
Adventure's out there, and as Mavericks, it's up to us to find it.
Stop thinking, start doing. Visit educationabroad.unomaha.edu.
Ten drag queens graced the Milo Bale stage to perform for the community on Friday. Reporter Crystal Quao recaps the festivities from that night.
UNO's Queer and Trans Services plans for their annual drag show comes into fruition after 6 months of planning. The organization says all the hard work pays off and it's free of charge. Drag queens bring music and dance moves to UNO's annual drag show Sachet to Earth Day on Friday night. The organizers used this event to bring awareness to environmental wellness. Miss Max, the last 2 years in a row, Dren Kennedy says she's never nervous on stage unless she looks people in the eyes.
But if you're nervous, that's a good sign. That means you care. That means you're going to have fun. Yeah, being nervous is good.
Drag performance has a history that dates back to ancient Greece and Shakespeare's time, but is more recently, in the 20th century, used as a celebration of LGBTQ+ pride. Audience members described the event as show-stopping. Fantastic. One audience member said she had goosebumps.
It's so important that we remember who we are and we stay inclusive and accepting of everyone and just give everyone the ability to be themselves and to relax and to have fun. That's what we're creating here today.
Co-director of Queer and Trans Services, Maggie Ramos, says their organization partnered with UNO Sustainability to address waste management, and all the board members are now trash talkers and compost certified. Ramos says this is one of the group's largest events of the year, with lots of moving pieces, which includes delegating and coordinating, shopping and booking. QTS will donate proceeds from this annual drag show to a nonprofit called Earth Day Omaha. Back to you in the studio.
NetWar 40.0 took place this past weekend at Baxter Arena. It also marked the 20th year of NetWar for organizing video gaming events in Omaha. The event featured 736 seats and provides a wide variety of popular video games for participants throughout this 29-hour nonstop charity party. The staff at this event are all volunteers. They put hundreds of man-hours to plan and prepare for the event. Marketing Director and Event Coordinator Tom White says he has volunteered since 2007 to help this new event as it grew.
My first NetWar was NetWar 13. I was an attendee, and then I just started getting involved, shooting photos for the event, and then volunteering more and more.
NetWar is a nonprofit organization whose proceeds go to build video game kiosks for children unable to leave their rooms in local hospitals.
Finally today, UNO Television Studio Coordinator Mark Dale will be retiring next month. I spent a day with him as he looked back on his 40 years here.
This is Ethan on a recorded line calling for Medicare rewards. Can you hear me okay?
I can, fine. Nice talking to you. They call me all the goddamn time, and I'm tired of it.
From student to crew chief to teacher and ultimately the studio's coordinator, Mark Dale is responsible for all of UNO Television's set design.
They're trying to sell me something on my business phone for Medicare, Medicaid when I retire.
His career at the university began in 1983, working part-time as a student pursuing a bachelor's in broadcasting and TV production, a degree that has since then morphed into a bachelor's in journalism and mass communication.
That's how cheap we were, because we didn't spend the money to buy the proper logo.
Mark taught courses in television in 2009, equipping a paid student crew with camera fundamentals and remote shooting. However, budget cuts forced the team to dissolve down to its current 4 full-time workers.
There was this person named Mark Dale that would seem to pop in and out here and there, and they said, "Hey Mark, what do you guys do here?" And he was like, "Oh, well, we do a whole bunch of nothing." You know, Mark jokes, right?
Mark says he learns more from the students than it being the other way around. In his retirement, he's looking forward to completing various unfinished house projects and says the future of UNO Television is bright.
Somebody asked me once, what is going to happen with your future? And my response was, it's not my future, it's you guys, because you guys are my future. I'm helping you guys achieve your dreams. I've had my dream.
Mark says he'll be editing an unfinished video project for Omaha musician Larry Dunn's annual toy drive for the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. He says he owes it to Dunn to video capture his community impact on one of America's poorest areas. That's all for today. Join us again next semester for more news and entertainment in the Heartland.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at UNO the Omaha News to find our website for even more news and stories at unomaha.com.
From all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching.
We will see you next time.
Lyle, calm down.
Welcome to the Omaha News. We are Omaha.
The complex was condemned by the city in January for numerous safety reasons.
We are truth tellers and award winners.
They process and recycle approximately 100,000 tons of material.
We are a community of strength and a team of big dreams. We are the Omaha News, where the people are the story.
You know, I'd always pretend to call the game, and it's like it was a lifelong dream of mine, and now that I'm starting to fulfill that dream, it's been awesome.
With the UNO School of Communication, your dream begins today.
Unbelievable experience. I'm extremely grateful that I get to do it.
And it is so exciting to see what they can do and what they want to do.
What can you say about your Maverick team?
The deadline is now.
It is the longest running Omaha-based statewide television program on the air today. Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Wyatt, producer and host of Consider This. Now in our 25th season, we wish to acknowledge those who have made this educational journey possible. Our guests, underwriters, student crews, the Knowledge Network, the University of Nebraska at Omaha, and of course, viewers just like you. Thank you for watching.